it's David with Plant Bar AZ. Today I'm going to make a piece that we were asked to make for a special family to us. We had a party from a local CrossFit group, CrossFit Blade in the North Phoenix area. They came in, they had set up a party quite a while ago. And we had a lot of people packed in this little place. It was a ladies' night type of party, but along the way, I think it was a couple months ago that they set up the party. Along the way, one of their trainers came down and was diagnosed with cancer, and so the theme of the party kind of changed, and I may or may not have cried a lot or a little bit in front of a bunch of ladies. I was trying not to, but that just kind of came out. And so we decided before that we would, because the family wasn't going to be able to be here at the party, we decided to make a piece for them. And I was just going to show you guys how to recycle some old bowls and make a nice piece. And we're actually going to deliver this to the family. So the guy's name is Anthony Baca. We have a poster that we had here, and if you want to follow that family, it's hashtag Baca Strong, hashtag BACASTRONG, and they also got a website, bacastrong.com. So we had Michelle Janos build these cool plant markers that are out of clay that I'll have a couple put in here, and so we had everybody that came that's been coming in the store help donate money, because obviously there's a lot of medical expenses and other things that come with that cancer territory that's not fun. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. Basically, found this bowl. These are really, if you can find bowls like this that are somewhat shallow but wide, they look really good done. So we're gonna go natural look, just dirt in the bottom, and then we got some decorations and stuff that came from the party that we're gonna help decorate the bowl with. So the thing with the shallow bowls, if you put the larger pots next to the bowl, they're a little taller than the actual bowl. So we're gonna have to remove some soil and not actually build this up. It's just gonna be removing some soil from the taller ones and then building around it. So I tried to mix some nice blues with reds. It's summer right now, so succulents in the summer tend to be a little more green, a little less on the bright side just in general. So we're gonna take the tags. I'll take the handles off of this is a thimble cactus here, and I took it off of the blue Pilocereus here. So we're using blue Pilocereus, thimble cactus, a mini bell aloe texture, and a blue heron echeveria, and some sedum firestorm. That's what we're gonna mix in here. So if you want to handle the cactus and you don't want to get it poked in your hands, use tongs. Especially lots of big needles with a lot of space in between means it's going to poke in. Some of the smaller stuff we can just pick up and pull out. But I'm going to build everything around this one. So what I'm going to do, when you put this in here, see it's taller in the bowl. Not going to work. We're not going to pile this up. So I'm going to just pill the bottom. So not pulling, not tearing, just pill and flare out the roots on the bottom. We want to get a finger width below the rim here, so that's what the height of this has to be. So I'm just going to flare this out. Get it to the height we need it to be. Sometimes that happens. So this is going to be towards the center here. It starts to break apart because I took away a decent amount of the cactus. We're just going to rebuild around it. Pack, hold. Cool thing about cactus and succulents, they hold all their moisture within the plant itself, so you can get away with a lot of stuff. Right? So we're just going to basically have like the taller stuff in the middle and then tear out. So the next thing that needs to be put in there is the firestorm. Now, one thing to note, firestorm is it's that's pretty close. So we're just gonna pop that right in. We want real important, want the top of the soil to be even on all those. So I'm just gonna kind of play with it till I kind of get it where I want it. go like there. Okay, next one in. So we're just going by height. Maybe the mini bell. Mini bell is a little tall, so we're gonna flare the roots again. Get it the right height. Run that right at an angle there. So the thimble cactus has there's some larger needles here that could probably hurt, but for the most part, you can, with most cactus that have needles like this, you can handle with your hands. You just spread them out like a Chinese pincushion. All right, so I'm gonna put the taller echeveria over here. So I'm gonna tuck this guy right in there. Yeah, I got one. That, last but not least, blue heron echeveria. And I'm gonna pop this one, and this one's gonna actually go on its side a little bit. So I'm just gonna flare the roots at that angle so it fits right. Now I didn't want to fill the bowl a whole lot, because usually I'm like a plant filler, just more plants. So at the party we had everybody give a little inspirational word or whatever they could fit on there. They signed it, and so we're going to be decorating with that and some moss. So the next step, once we've got everything placed, you know, I want to spin it around, make sure it looks the way we want it. Oops. Before we start filling in the soil. So I think I'm going to leave good space there. Move this over a little bit. Like that. Good space there. So we'll do moss and rocks in this big area. Usually I would have put something there. So I like the way it looks. Next step's going to be filling with soil. So we want to fill in all the gaps, and we're going to pinch and use our fingers or maybe a popsicle stick or something like that to get in between the crevices. We want to make one big planter that's all the same. So we don't want to cover up the soil on the plants. We just want to fill in the in-betweens. If that makes any sense. In-betweens. So while we were, while we were kind of coming up with the plan on what to do for the party and stuff, our good friend Michelle, who is a barfly and visits her box quite often. She's totally into CrossFit, totally into the plant bar. She came up with found some quotes and some cool things about succulents that tie into somebody like Anthony. That guy, from what I don't know him personally, but from what I can hear, is he can light up a room when he comes in, and his smile is an infectious smile. So there's a lot of symbolism that we kind of did in the party, and so the symbolism was between the plants, and like plants are like people. But these particular plants require a lot of tenacity and determination. They gotta survive out in the wild without a lot of water, a lot of soil. Sometimes, I mean, most of these just grow in like loosely sand, rocky things. They need a lot of tenacity and a lot of determination. And she had pulled this up. So it says the tenacity and the drive to thrive and reproduce a new plant from dropping only one of its leaves outshines lots of other species, right? Succulent leaf can fall and it will regrow. And these tenacious little plants remind us that even the bleakest, seemingly impossible situations need not be beyond us. So it's like, right, with the right attitude and determined mindset, we can achieve greatness even as we suffer the worst that life can throw at us. To not just avoid suffering from adversity, but instead to thrive on it, is a core symbolic meaning of the succulent family of plants. So we talked about this during the thing, and I wanted to bring it up here. The succulents are strong, and we as a people are just as strong, and we get some stuff thrown at us sometimes that we got to overcome. I'm going to do what I usually don't do, and I didn't like where that was, so this is coming over here. So I got most of the soil in here, a little more, and then the important part's going to be packing it in. So this is the tedious part, the not so fun part to watch, pinching soil. But we want to make sure that we eliminate all the air pockets. So pinch, pinch, pinch. Sometimes with where the cactus are, you know, usually I'll just put my finger in there and just get poked and whatever and compact it in, but you can use popsicle sticks, things like that. Get in there, pack it in, get in over here. So this needs a little more soil here on this side. Okay. A little more soil here. I'm going to use a smaller. So we try to keep things simple here. We just use what we got. And we got lots of little plant pots. So they get reused to deliver soil. Okay. And all right, so for us in here, once we've got this all situated in there, packed in, I usually give it a quick little clean up before I start decorating, and then I'll clean it up again. So we use canned air. Key with canned air, don't squeeze it too hard, it'll freeze the plant. So now that I got it all cleaned up, what I'm going to do is start decorating and do the filler and the other stuff on the top. So we had a bunch of people ride on these little rocks, and we're going to decorate with these. So I'm going to place them with their stuff here. Probably going to do some little rock and some moss around there. I have one big one, and that's why I left that big open space. Dump that right like that. And this is going to be the backdrop of it. So what I was going to do is kind of do these in sections. Do one section at a time. And fill. This one's You Got This, Love, some names, Hope, so we'll put the hope right here. Pray Every Day. Miss You. Okay, so like this one says You Rock. So I'm just gonna put these in here. You know, this is where you can be creative. I'm gonna leave the middle open because I want them to be able to see these. So put these here. Okay, do a quick check. Like my things to look a certain way. I like that. There we go. So what I was gonna do is, so in the larger spaces, I'm gonna do some moss. Got some living reindeer moss. It always looks nice. So this stuff, you just pop it in there, and if you've ever smelled the reindeer moss, we have a little not competition. We have an argument in here what it smells like. A lot of people say it smells like raisins. So comment below what you think this moss smells like. So just gonna tuck the moss in the bigger spaces, and then the little spaces. Gonna probably just do a littler rock. So in here, where it's tight, use the popsicle stick. use the canned air, works good. You can always pull off the. It's really good to get stuff out of cactus. It's like a multi-function cleaner eraser machine. Okay, last little bit. I want to put a little bit of this in between just to make the other stuff, so it looks nice and clean. Not a lot, just a little bit. Fill in the space on top of the soil between the black rocks with all the writing on there. Especially in here, people always forget about, right? We don't have anything under there. Let's cover up the dirt. All the dirt gets covered, so it looks nice and clean when we're done. Okay, let's check this out on my end here. Little quick details. Michelle Janos made these. These are pretty. I love this one right here. It's got the. She made this with air dry clay, put a little stamp in it, and painted it. She's pretty talented. So this one says the same thing as Box Strong over there. So I'm just gonna tuck that guy in there. These other ones though, I kind of put in here on the top with the tall stuff. Right, and then we'll do another one coming this way. Kind of like that, kitty corner. All right, so I love the way these bowls look. So this is the bowl that we're gonna give to the Baca family. And it's got some cactus and succulents in it. You know, the decorations make it look pretty. It's easy to care for. But it means a lot more than just a bunch of plants in a bowl. You got a lot of personal messages from people that go to his gym, people he's trained. You know, it's a real strong, athletic guy. Cancer, unfortunately, doesn't care how strong or fit you are, and we've learned that personally in our family, and it's near and dear to our hearts. So we were happy to host the CrossFit Blade family and have them here, and we had a good time. But the tenacity and determination of these plants is unreal, and we hope that stays the same with Baca and his family. And so Michelle's gonna be coming to get this, and then the donations and money we raised we'll give to her to give to the family. So when watering, we just take like a tablespoon or two in each of the individual plants. That's all. And you only want to water when dry. This time of year around Phoenix, try not to get too much water on the tops of these cups of the Echeveria. In Phoenix, all the Echeverias have to be brought inside. The AC and stuff really causes some boogerish conditions. As long as you just give them a little bit of water, only when dry, and that's it. I prefer to use this sort of thing. Some people use mist, and some people use little medicine droppers. I prefer that. Do it pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, like this video down below, subscribe to our channel. We're gonna be coming up with basically anything that we do, building stuff, creating things, recycling, upcycling pieces to put plants in, and propagating and going out on crazy adventures to find other plants. And if you could, also please keep the Baca family in your thoughts, and if you have the means, please go to bacastrong.com. There you can find out more information about the family, what's going on. They have a blog, and I believe they also have some fundraising activities there. So I'm David with Plant Bar AZ. I want to thank you for watching.